guys, how's it going? Amr here, the internet guy, and today we're looking at website speed. Now, many of you would probably think that this is not important, but here I am testing a new tool from Google that is dedicated to website speed. So, number one, think about it like Google would not spend the time or put resources on a project that is not important. So the fact that Google has created this testing tool for us tells you something. Number two, we all know nobody really likes a slow website, even if you're not the website owner. So as a customer, as a visitor of any website, just think about when you go, put in the address, and then click and wait. How long are you going to wait? So the industry standard is anything up to 2.5 seconds. So if you have a website that is a business website, let alone e-commerce, if you just have a regular business website, you need to ensure that your business website loads in about 2.5 seconds or less. Anything more than that is bad for your business because people are going to lose their patience and then go on and click away. Nobody likes a slow website. But moreover, let me show you what this tool can tell you and what it does exactly, and you have a big, good surprise at the end. So let's start. So I'm here. Let me just put any website. So this is a website that I'm working on, which is heavy because it has so many videos on it. So because of the videos, the website is really slow and it's still being built, so it's not actually fully done yet. So I haven't reached the optimization level. Until it's completely done and built, I'm not going to optimize it, but let's see what Google says. So Google is telling me that it takes 5 seconds to load. So almost twice the average industry standard. And it's slow. Of course, it is slow. I knew that. If I go here, you could also test an internal page of the website, not only the home page. So I'll keep it simple. I'm not going to test any other page. We'll just keep it for the home page only for now. Okay, and then now it's giving me some suggestions on how I can optimize my site. How can I make it faster? So it's giving me some of these options. Most of them have things to do with the code on the website, like the JavaScript and the cascading style sheets or CSS. And so this is kind of an infrastructure sort of thing coming from the components of your website, not the design. This is kind of like the plumbing of the website. And it's giving me some instructions, right? But if I want more details to go and give it to my web developer and ask them to fix it for me, I can just click on generate report and then it will ask me for my details in order to generate the report. So if I scroll down here, after I've entered my email and details, Google is going to do a full report about my homepage and then send me the suggestions that I need to do in order to speed up the site. It's worth mentioning that a big part of your website speed comes from your hosting. So it's not just the plumbing or the components of your website, but it's also where you are hosting it. It's very important because if you're using a regular shared hosting, most regular shared hosting plans that are kind of, $5 a month or anything up to maybe 9 or 10, don't have enough memory on them and do not have an SSD storage. They use the old style mechanical hard disks in their data center where your website is hosted, and this makes it even slower. So when you're looking for your hosting, or when you're looking to speed your website, you may need to change your hosting. Look for a hosting provider that has SSD. Look for a hosting provider that actually tells you roughly how much memory will be dedicated to your website. On shared plans, they cannot guarantee the dedicated resources because your plan is shared. However, many reputable hosting companies would try their best, and they would actually advertise that on the hosting plan, that the plan has 1 gigabyte of memory or 2 gigabytes of memory or whatever. Generally, these plans would cost somewhere around $18 or $20 or $24 a month. But there'll be like great plans, and believe me, the amount of speed that you will gain, and of course all the extra features that a good hosting plan has, such as extra security and so on, you wouldn't believe the difference. It's like, even if you don't do any work on your website plumbing, just changing to a good hosting company can slash your loading speed by 3 seconds or more. So now let me just scroll down and show you what's there. So explore other tools. Benchmark industry leaders. It will let you put in a competitor's website. So think of your biggest competitor or your best competitor and put their website here. The key is their website has to be fast. So if your competition has a slow website that is as slow as yours, Google will not do anything. Like, they will not show here. You can only put a competitor that has a blazing fast website, and then Google will give you the comparison between yours and theirs. Now, this is when it gets really, really very interesting. So if you remember up there, my website load time is 5 seconds, right? So let's go down here. Let me put the speed. So this is a calculator to evaluate the impact of a faster site. Or if you want to look at it the other way, it will evaluate the impact that your slow website is having on your business. So the current loading speed, as we saw it, took it from up there, is 5. Let's assume we get what? Maybe 100 visitors a day. Okay, let's say 50 visitors a day. That makes it 1,500 visitors per month on average. Okay. If your website has been around for some time and you've been doing some marketing and you're active in the community and so on, and you're blogging and updating the content and, giving useful information to your website visitors and users, and you're active on social media, you definitely would have somewhere around 3,000 to 10,000 visitors a month. But let's just put 1,500, because as I was saying, this website isn't fully live yet. It's still under development. And let's say our conversion rate is like 15%. So meaning, if I have 50 visitors a day, somewhere around maybe 3-4 visitors become customers. So that's the conversion rate of more or less 15%. And let's say I'm selling a product or a service, and the average order value is about $100. So let's plug in $100. Look now. The slow website is costing me $19,000, almost $20,000. Guys, this is serious. So you are losing $20,000 a year by having your website load slowly. This is how much money you could be losing. Or on the other hand, if we look at it in a positive way, in a more positive way, I like more positive. If I reduce the speed of my home page or the speed of my website from 5 seconds to 2.5 seconds. So if I only do this reduction, 2.5 seconds, I will gain around $20,000 a year extra. Wouldn't you want to do that? I mean, how much of this can go towards getting your website optimized? You know, you'd probably pay somewhere around $300, $500 one off to get your website plumbing done properly. And maybe you want to upgrade your hosting. This will cost you what, like $150? So for an investment of about $500, $600 one off, you would gain about 20,000 in extra revenue just by having this load faster. And bear in mind, we have been very conservative with the numbers here. So we can keep playing. If I say, okay, I only get 1,000 visitors a month, my conversion rate really sucks. So my conversion rate is about what, 8%? And my average order size is about, I don't know, order value is about maybe $25. Okay, let's put 25. Still, 1,000, almost $1,800, 1,771. So play there. Like, I encourage you to go do the test yourself. So yeah, here it is. Think with Google, feature, test my site. So think with google.com/feature/test my site. And before I go, let me remind you that all the numbers that I've plugged into the calculator were based on a regular business website, not on an e-commerce website. So if you're selling online, if people can actually purchase goods, physical goods from you online through your website, it has to be blazing fast. Like even 2.5 seconds is not good enough. You gotta try and push it below 2 seconds. I know it's not easy because with an e-commerce site you have lots of images and stuff. Like let me show you what I'm talking about. So here's what I'm talking about. Here's an e-commerce website. I don't want to tell you how many seconds that took to load, but definitely not 2.5, and I need to be looking more into it. Okay, so look, for an e-commerce website, you've got lots of media stuff. So you've got a lot of pictures here and there. For every product, you have a picture, and then as you can see here, we're using a technique called lazy load so that the photos do not load until you reach them. So yeah, playing with the numbers, you can plug in anything. And let me just tell you, in this example, I'm just talking about a regular website, like, you know, the one you have for your business. That is about 5-6 pages that gives people information about your company and has like a specific call to action, like book here, or book a consultation, or download an ebook, or something like that. I'm not talking about an e-commerce, like a fully fledged shop. Because for an e-commerce shop, these would be completely different. Like for an e-commerce shop, you would probably be getting at least 3,000 visits. Your conversion rate would be around maybe 10-15%. Let's say your conversion rate is low because it's new, whatever, 8%. And then let's say your average order value is lower than 100. Maybe what, 25? Still you're losing 5,000. And for an e-commerce website, even the 2.5 seconds is too much. You need to reduce this to minimum 2. If you can go below 2, that's way better. So like your target should be maybe between 1 and 1.5. So if your current speed is 5 seconds, you've got a 3,000 average monthly visitors, which is about 100 visitors a day. In fact, if you're an e-commerce shop and you are you have like ads on Facebook or Google ads, you definitely have more than 3,000 visitors a month, because that's about 100 visitors a day, right? Your ads alone would be drawing more visitors. Let's stay conservative. I'm not going to go to 10,000, but let's say we're having double that. 200 visitors a day, 6,000 visitors a month. And then I'm still conservative. I'm not converting for some reason that many. Maybe my conversion rate is quite low, like 5%, right? And the average order value is still 25. Here it is. I can make up to $6,640 a year just by reducing my website speed. And again, as we said, if I'm an e-commerce, I want to target 1.5, right? 11,692 US dollars. So I rest my case here. If you still think that website speed is not important, think again. Thank you, and see you on the next video. Bye.
Hang on, don't go away yet. Now that you've completed this video, I'm going to have to ask you to click on the like if you have enjoyed it, because everybody likes to be liked, you know? You can also subscribe. That way, you're going to get all of the cool YouTube stuff made by this guy right here. And finally, why not let all your friends know how great you thought this video was? You can share it with them or even use it in your blog. Thank you. Thank you very much. We see you soon.